Hey everyone, this is Wobbly Wallaby. Today I'll be analyzing the two master skills for Rune Knight in Ragnarok M Classic. I'll be using the beta server, which has recently released a second master skill for all classes. Right now on C, we only have one master skill. I like that the devs added new master skills for everyone since it allows for new builds and rebalancing and buffs. Now please note, for master skills you do need to use Job EXP and Zeny to level them up. When you activate one of the master skills, you're only leveling up that particular one. As a result, if you're a Dragon Breath build, don't invest in the current master skills just yet since that's for auto attack. Wait for the Dragon Breath master skills instead, that way you don't have to waste any on skills that won't benefit you. Now with that warning out of the way, let's begin. We'll first begin with Deadpool Weapons, an active skill. You summon 5 swords created by an aura, lasts for 5 seconds. During each auto attack, one sword is consumed to cause an additional attack to all enemies within 5 meter radius around the target, and the damage is 105% of auto attack damage. This is a physical skill. Its skill cooldown is 21 seconds, and has a skill delay of 1 second. For each level, the auto attack damage to enemies from consuming a sword increases by 5%, and the max level is 5. Deadpool Weapon is great because it allows your auto attack to splash. Previously, for Rune Knight to have splash, they would have to invest in the Baphomet card, but that causes a big decrease in damage because you have to swap out another card, such as a Minoros card. This skill provides an alternative, although there is a 21-second cooldown so you can't constantly use it, but you can definitely save it for when a mob is present. The range is huge, as you can see here, hitting multiple targets. Next is Dragon D controlling the sword, a passive skill. Auto attack has a 2% chance of summoning a sword. During Deadpool Weapon, the probability is multiplied by 5. For each level, the probability to summon a sword is increased by 2%, and the maximum level is 5. It's nice that they added a probability to summon the sword from Deadpool Weapon, although max level is only at 10%, so it's definitely not crazy high to proc. You can see here my auto attack does proc it eventually, and the sword does great AoE damage. Next is Seal End. This is a passive skill. The attack distance of auto attack is increased by 0.4 meters. For each level, the range is increased by 0.4 meters and the maximum level is 5. Here at level 1, you can see my auto attack range went from 2 meters to 2.4 meters. Having a further range is fantastic. Now let's max it out, and here you can see it cost me 28 million to do it, so it's definitely not cheap. The amount of Zeny you need to max out the master skills is so significant that you definitely want to be careful about what you invest in. At max level, I now have a 4 meter auto attack range, which is very nice. Next is Pardon Echoes, a passive skill. During Deadpool Weapon, attacks gain life recovery equal to 0.5% of damage. For each level, the life recovery is increased by 0.5%, and the maximum level is 10. Here, without the Deadpool Weapon, I have no life recovery. Once I activate it, the green above my head is the life recovery. This is fantastic for survivability. For those doing auto attack Rune Knight, you're definitely in for a treat once you unlock the master skills. You'll definitely be much stronger, especially for dealing with mobs. Next is the second master skill to help with the Dragon Breath build. First is Heavenly Dragon Halo, an active skill. It summons a dragon to roar, causing Dragon Breath times 265% physical damage to the target within 4 meters, and an additional 20% damage to demi-humans and angelic enemies. Within 30 seconds after use, the damage of Dragon's Breath and Dragon's Water Breath will increase by 12%. This is a physical damaging type. Its cast range is 7.5 meters, its chanting time is 2 seconds, and its skill cooldown is 45 seconds. Its skill delay is also 1 second. For each level, the damage from the Dragon's Roar increases by 15%, and the damage increases to your breath skills increases by 2%, and the maximum level is 10. This is a big buff to the Dragon Breath build. That Roar scales very well with the Dragon Breath damage for some great bursts, and it hits even harder in PvP since you have 20% more damage to demi-humans. It's also a nice boost to your Dragon Breaths as well, and I'm glad they gave love to the Dragon Breath build, which was one of my favorite from Ragnarok Mobile. The duration is 30 seconds, which is also fantastic. I like that this buff is active for quite a long time. Next is Tianlong Miracle, a passive skill. When Heavenly's Dragon Breath is in effect, HPL Light will restore 1% of its maximum health per second instead of reducing HP. HPL Light will no longer limit the natural recovery of HP and SP. For each level, 1% more maximum health will be restored per second, and the maximum level is 5. Your Dragon Breath increases by 20% damage when HPL Light is active, so you're definitely going to be spamming this often. It's nice that the bad side effects aren't going to be there anymore. Next is Tianlong Roar, a passive skill. Dragon Breath and Dragon's Water Breath will cause the enemy to be affected by Dragon's Breath. Now this translation might be a bit off, but basically you're causing some damage over time through another type of skill. I'll just call this one Dragon's Breath. Now Dragon's Breath causes 0.02 times the damage of Dragon Breath and Dragon's Water Breath every 0.5 seconds and lasts for 1.5 seconds. For each level, the damage multiplier for Dragon's Breath increases by 0.02, the maximum level is 5. Dealing damage over time is really good. This is a great way to get around the damage caps of bosses. This is a solid buff to the Dragon's Breath build. Here I just use Dragon's Water Breath on auto. I don't use Dragon Breath for this demonstration since burn will show damage over time. You can see the red damage, which is the extra damage from the passive. It's great that this works even when you're not under Heavenly Dragon Halo's effect. I find this passive to be extremely powerful since this will raise your DPS dramatically. Your damage over time will increase your damage per second, and this is a great way for it to compete with the auto attack build, which attacks much more quickly than the breath build. So for Rune Knight, I think both master skills are extremely powerful, and for those whales that will definitely be endgame for Rune Knight, I'm sure you'll be very happy about this. I think Rune Knight is definitely a very powerful class, but it does require a high level of investment. In recent times, I had partied with some of my friends from Zenith, and we were having fun clearing instances, and definitely Jesus Yamamoto, who had helped me clear ROM in the past, was extremely powerful in Ragnarok M Classic as well, so it's great to be carried by him, Destrange, and Mirander. What are your thoughts on the Rune Master's 2 master skills? Let me know in the comments section. Also, a lot of people were asking for other master skills. I will be covering many other classes in the future. Currently, I have Ranger, Genetic, Archbishop, and Shura unlocked, so I'll try showing these skills in the future so you can plan out your master skills better or modify your build depending on what you see. If you have other classes you'd like to see, just let me know in the comment section as well. I'll try to multi-class as much as possible so I can cover everyone in the future. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for joining me for this sneak peek. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Here's a video that I'd recommend, and if you want more Ragnarok M Classic videos, check out this playlist over here.